Good afternoon. This is the Elliott Wave Daily Update for the S&P 500, being recorded on Wednesday, October the 22nd at 2:10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. The market actually started out pretty quiet, and then suddenly it just started to sell off, and it just built on that selling off. And again, I just wanted to say that really what started to click was individually between the spiders and then the ES and then the SPX all started to gang up on each other by dropping below volatility triggers, dropping below call walls, large gamma ones, twos, all the way down. And each time it kind of happened until the spiders broke below 670. And then I think it was 669. Then it just got a one big final swoosh down as it kind of just fell and found that bottom, and then they started to buy it back up. Interesting, because of the way that I've got this labeled here, it broke over past wave one. Now, I'm going to go over both my preferred and the alternate, because now they differ just a little bit, and I'll explain why. In the preferred, I've been counting and tracking the development of a minute fourth wave correction. And here we have minuet wave A and now minuet wave B. I did go back and I did put it at that fifth wave to complete the C wave and then the B wave. And I put that at yesterday's high at 67.83. From that, as best as I can tell, it appears what we've done is 1 and 2 coming down in that first wave down of sub-minuet level. So I'm going to be looking for 5 waves down in this gold color, yellow gold color. And it'll be 5 waves, 3 up, 5 down, 3 up, 5 down. And I'm looking for wave C, or this minuet wave C, to be equal to minuet wave A. Now, that will put it below that low. Now, remember what I talked about on the flat. And it is actually still being considered a flat at this level. And then we just take to where it didn't actually get all the way up to 60, I think it's 68.12. That high that we got to was 67.89. So there's about 20, $23. And then if I take that low and I subtract $23, pretty much comes in right there at 65.17. So still, wave C would equal wave A at 65.17. I'm looking for that basically to finish the C wave and the minute wave 4. I've left these in because they should provide support on the way down. And it could be, this is going to be this sub-minuet wave 1, going to be at 66.85. Or I actually, let me break it down to the 15-minute chart, which I did before. And here we are again, now looking inside here to think that we have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 of 3, 2 of 3. And then we kind of have this breakdown 3 of 3, 4 of 3, 5 of 3. So I could potentially put a 3 here. We got very close to that first support level, but I'm going to let this kind of come in, although it looks like it might be developing up in a small 5 up. Now, here's where it gets tricky because, again, I'm looking for a little bit larger 5-wave structure down to put in wave C. Looks like we got off to a good start. The way that I've counted this 5 waves up, if we were counting this as a 4th wave, which I was, and giving it another chance that it can come down, fulfill some downside, but then it broke below wave 1. Now that's just on using the bars. If I put it on a line chart, it didn't. You see how it came real close, but it didn't. So what that wave one ended on and what this wave ended on were spikes. And this was the spike down that I was telling you about when the spiders broke below a major level. I think it was large gamma one. And they just took it out and they just corrected it. Boom, done. And then it bounced back up. Now, let me go back over. So again, it can say 1, 2, 3, put the 3 over here, put the 4 down here. But that would mean this can't stop. This now has to go all the way. And again, come up to, I think we had 6807-ish to 6812. Or possibly I'd have to put them back on. And just, to me, this whole picture, as far as like fighting this upside, leaving the door open. The only way I'd leave the door open is in the alternate count. In the preferred, I am gonna, what I use is of course the bar chart. I use bars, and the bar chart 4 overlaps wave 1, and I'm pretty much a stickler for that camp. That's a major rule for me in terms of don't break that rule, and so I'm not, and that's why I put the 5, the C, and the B. Now, outside of all of that, if I have to go over to the alternate count, would suggest, then let me go back out to that hourly chart. Minute wave 3, minute wave 4 would be down here. ABC, minute 4. 2 days, done. Then we're starting in a minute 5th wave up. And so what we have is wave 1, wave 2. Now, this is where it starts to get tricky again, because this could be A, B, right? Because we have A, B, A, B. It has to be an A, B here. Now, 2 ways that this can unfold. A, B. This is on the alternate. And what we're developing is a minute 5th wave diagonal, going up, diagonal triangle, going up. And wave 3 still should be the longest and the strongest. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A of 3, B of 3. Just look at how it did. It basically came back almost to 382. Actually, probably did if I just measure it this way. I'll put up one more measurement. This is like how I'm trying to figure this out, by the way. So just look there. It came down past 382 and then retook it. And on this one, just for the wave 1, it's almost a 382. So you can see we got both still running neck and neck, side by side. Let me remove that. So this could be wave A of 3, wave B of 3. And what does that suggest? We're going to do a massive rally. Off of here, we're going to do a massive rally. And I'll show you why. If I'm looking for this, I'm going to go up to here, down to here, and here's what I'm looking for. 68, 69 is where wave 3 would complete. And then I'm going to connect wave 8 to wave 3, and then I'm going to look for the 4th wave, and I'm going to connect wave B to wave D. And then, because this would all be minute, this would change. This would, no, we're in minute wave 5, excuse me. So it would be minuet. I would change all this, run it up, and this would be minuet 1, minuet 2, ABC, minuet 3. And I'm going to connect 1 to 3 and 2 to wherever that 4 comes in. And I think we're going to see that this is going to go right up, right, cutting up through, and it's going to diagonalize. So both are still alive. One way or the other, I think we're getting closer to that point where we will find one will take over, and that's that. So either this 4th wave is going to take over and via a C wave. And that C wave is going to suggest it's going to go in the opposite direction. Like if the C wave is going to suggest we're going to go down. The third wave within the triangle, within the diagonal, suggests we go up. Now we might go down a little bit, but then we go up. We find the floor, we claim it, and we start running higher. And this could be A, B, right? Because we have it all the way across. So ABC 1, ABC 2, A, B, C 3. Now that's kind of how I'm looking at this situation. So what did we get today? We got Tesla's earnings after hours. Stock was down, closed only down 363 at 438, almost 439. And then prior to the number actually coming out, and which was they missed on earnings per share, they beat on sales. So it kind of was a mixed picture. Let's see what they're saying here. Oh, Tesla stock is moving in the right direction. Okay, whatever. So obviously they think the stock should continue to go up, obviously, but we're going to find out real quick. We're going to see what Tesla ends up doing overnight and into tomorrow. Right now, the stock is trading 431.36 to 431 at 431.60. It's not very liquid down here. These bids and offers kind of change and they kind of flip around without trading. But the market is, from where it closed, it's down about 7 additional from where it closed. So again, how the whole world and the rest of the market and the rest of the world want to look at Tesla and decide, what are we going to do with the earnings? I did not read anything about, I didn't read anything in terms of what any forward guidance may have been, so I don't know. Again, waiting for the market, and we'll see from there. So again, how am I leaving this? I'm leaving this exactly the way it is. I'll leave this here for right now so we have this idea of what should happen. If it's the alternate, we should start to go up. We should go up very strongly from here. And that would be A, B, and we're in the C wave portion of that minuet wave 3 to the upside as a part of the diagonal minute wave 5. Now, again, the problem with that remains that not that I still think even within that C wave, we'll get above 7,000, but I think we're going to get there before. I think just the way it's unfolding, I think we would get there before the middle of November, or actually before December the 10th, which is what the algorithms are saying. That's when we should kind of meander up to those areas and then be done. Now, the preferred count suggesting that we go down fits very cleanly to what the algorithms are telling us, that we're going to do a tumble. We're going to do a correction down to the end of October, maybe up to mid-November. And then we rally. And we rally off the low, and that's where we head up in that minute wave 5, and then we get up to 7,000 or above. This one on its own has an upside at 7,045. That's the potential, and just a third wave. So again, I'm leaving this to preferred because it actually is the one that I'm preferring. It's the one that I'm looking at. So I am going to take this down. If you want those, rewind this and look at it again and copy them down. So I just think that we've got to wait just one more day, or maybe 2 more days. I don't see any other, the mags and the 7s, the big ones that everybody's waiting for, they all come out next week, or most of them come out next week. NVIDIA is not until November. AMD is not until November. Yeah. So we got to wait on that, on the bigger ones. But I think we get Google. I think we get Apple. We get, I think, AMAT as well. We get Meta and Microsoft. And so 2 down, but it's not even that Netflix is not part of the Mag 7, but Netflix took it on the chin today. at one point was down 125, 126 points. Right now, Netflix, it closed at 1116, and now it's 1113 bid, 1100. Yeah. 1301 at 13. Wow. That's like pretty wild. It's a penny wide market at the moment. And then they just smacked it out. So again, they're starting to again keep marking other things down. I'm not sure what Tesla's going to do now, but because we saw that even in Netflix, they came in and before the market really opened this morning, they had gotten this back above, not real high. I mean, the stock was still down, but less than 100 points on the opening. And then it just kind of went bing, 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 and just sold straight off. And that did kind of lead the NASDAQ lower. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Again, tomorrow, Thursday, we're not going to see any economic data. I mean, where is this? There it is. So initial jobless claims, no. Now they still have existing home sales as going to be available, going to be reported. So, but then I thought that about the U.S. leading economic indicators until just before 10 a.m. Eastern, nothing came out, and they put the asterisks there. So they might do the same thing here, but right now it's still left open. It's even giving us the median forecast in the previous one. So that's existing home sales. Friday, nothing. Consumer prices, nothing. Not going to come out, but we do have S&P Flash Services PMI and the manufacturing PMI, both on Friday. Friday is also an expiration, which I think is going to be kind of large, to be honest with you. And that's going to be based on what I saw being traded in Apple the other day. Maybe it was last week. Last week on Friday, maybe. How suddenly we just got the surge in Apple up to, I think it was 265, 267, somewhere way up there. Today, down, and it closed on an uptick, but down below 258. So starting to see that downside pressure come in. And that's what I'm expecting to continue. And it should be quick. I think this should unfold very quickly, very similar to what we saw today. I think we get down 3, the 4, and the 5, we get done with it. And then we start the rally back up again. So maybe this will take us through next week. So tomorrow's expiration, and then next Friday's the 31st, and then it's all done. All done. And we just start to pick up and rally again. All right. I'm going to leave it right there. Gamma levels will be updated tomorrow morning, as always. And the next update will be tomorrow morning.